Okay, how's everyone doing? Um, Welcome. I'm gonna hop in the voice call in a second with Dreg, and we're gonna discuss his character for the upcoming D&D game. You know what I'm gonna do? Just because, just because I don't trust you guys. I'm turning off the sounds while we do this because I want to be able to upload this to YouTube and not have it be awful. So, you can get one or two in now before we get. You can get one or two in now, but you have until I go through the menus to turn them off. So you better do it quick. You better do it quick. We're gonna get rid of the all of the sounds. There you go. It's done. I'll turn it back on as soon as we're done. Don't worry. Or maybe I won't. Nah, how you guys doing though? What is this? Will D&D poo-poo stuff happen? What is this prediction, Trig? Anyways, okay then. Well, let me go ahead and I'm just getting some stuff opened here. I'm just getting some stuff open here. Oh, I know what I can get open. Hold on. Except where's it gonna be? Fuck. Dude, I need to clean out my hard drive. My external hard drive. I have plenty of space, but I have too much shit in it. Oh god, where the fuck is it? What the fuck is this? Is this it? Date modified. Let's sort by that. There we go. Found it. Oh jeez. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, like, I have it well organized. It's just that I have too much stuff I don't really need to be keeping anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a matter of space on the hard drive. I have plenty of space on it, and it's decently well organized. There's just too many things in the subfolders and shit. You know. So, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get up a couple things here so that the stream is not just an empty screen. Yeah, I'm gonna hop in voice chat with Dreg in just a moment here. I'll go ahead and do that now. So let's hop in with Dreg. Oh god, those awful Discord noises. I forgot about them. What's up, Dreg?
One still.
The what? Yeah, I have them on still. I'm just
First, would you like me to tutorialize how to change them to the good ones?
No, I mean like the normal ones. How do you do that? Yeah, how do you do that?
All right, so in the bottom left, there's the user settings. You go there, go to your notifications, which is in the third chunk.
Okay, yeah, got it.
Then it's at the bottom, sounds pack. You're gonna want to change that to classic, and then you're gonna hold left control and press R to reload Discord.
I don't see sound pack. I don't have Nitro, if that matters.
It doesn't.
Because I have email notifications is the last thing I have.
It'll be above that. It'll be in the sounds section.
Sounds. Yeah, there it is. Okay, and then
Change that to classic and then save all your stuff.
I don't see an option for classic.
No?
No.
Sucks to suck, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I need to update Discord.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I had to force update Discord in order to check out the horrible
yeah, they're
pack.
really bad. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I'll figure out later if it is too bad. But first, let me go ahead and here's what I'm gonna do since I don't expect. Here's the other thing. So Tartress, since you're here, this is a good question for you. Because I'm not sure if so I plan on using a webcam, like a face cam for the D&D stream, but I don't really expect anyone else to. But Tartarus, you normally use a face cam, so I was wondering if you would want to have yours be there too, or if you would rather not have it be there. The thing is, to set it up, we might have to use like another program or something. I don't know. I don't know what the easiest way would be to set that up. I have to
Easiest way would be a Discord group DM.
Discord group DM, yeah. I guess that makes sense.
Or you can share like camera stuff in here. I don't actually have a webcam, but what I can do is I can open up OBS and then have that stream as a virtual webcam so you can like see how I do. Let's see, what's a funny thing that I could capture? Oh, I'll just capture my profile picture. It's the greatest plan.
Hold on real quick while we're doing this. So I'm going to just, since you aren't going to use your camera here, I'm just going to put your character's token in the other box. Look at that. How neat.
Let's see. Then I go to pictures, and then I go to profile pictures, and I select that one and press OK.
There we go.
And then I transform, fit to screen, hide my display, then start virtual camera, and now...
Okay.
I think I have to go to user settings, voice and video, Streamlabs, best thingy, no.
Okay. Yeah, I am getting stuff set up as well so that chat can actually see some stuff.
It's been a while since I've done this.
Yeah. Okay, so I have so chat here, hold on. Your chat. So chat, here's the document I sent to the players, and mainly I wanted to show like this this map here. So this is what I showed the players. Yeah.
Alright, I'm streaming my virtual webcam now.
Yeah, let me see what that would look like. Hold on. Oh yeah, how do I do actually look at this? Yeah, is there a way to make it like how do I pop it out?
It'll be in the bottom right next to the full screen button. If it's not there, then click again, and then
there it is.
Be there.
I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, Discord's weird.
Yeah. I don't know. We could probably make this work. Like, if Tartarus doesn't mind using his camera, wants to, then we could probably figure out a way to do it like this, where, yeah, that would work. And like, even if it gets messed up, it would just be showing other people's profile pictures, which is not a big deal.
Yeah. So if I like stop, then it would just be like this.
Yeah, no, that'll work. We could probably figure something out with that.
Discord has like some weird background stuff, so I gotta have like that. I don't know how to.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Change background. There's also Vaporwave, and there's Discord the movie, and there's Lumpus Vacation.
Lumpus Vacation?
No, Wumpus. The Discord Wumpus.
Oh yeah, I was like, who the heck is Lumpus?
And then there's like a custom background. Let's see. Do I have anything funny I could use for that?
Yeah.
Let's see. What's something funny? I don't know. Here's a screenshot I took in Final Fantasy 14.
Of Coco Bussy?
No, of my character.
Okay, yeah.
You can't see my character at all in it, though.
Yeah. So, for those of you in chat who don't know this, and Dreg, you might have known this, but Dunok, who is hanging out in chat, is he was one of the players in my IRL game that I ran at Clemson. So
sorry.
So Dunok is actually a past player of mine. And Dunok, honestly, I got to get you in on a game at some point. Dunok, I'll make sure to at some point I'll get a game together that I can get you in on. If you're interested, obviously. I'm not gonna force you to. But anyways, yeah, no. So that's why Dunok is like he recognizes some of the map, and that campaign. That campaign took place in the Aldish Isles. It was very much like a counterpart to the other campaign that you guys did, Dreg.
Yeah. Did they ever run into any of our characters?
They didn't run into any of your characters, but it was like an alternate timeline, and basically they ran into a lot of the same bad guys. Basically, because at the time I didn't have enough time to prep 2 separate campaigns, so I reused a lot of the same stuff. Which I mean, it was all different players, so it's not like you guys knew that.
Yeah.
But you guys both had very much. Your games are actually quite different, focusing on different parts of the Isles. But I basically just was like, we're gonna take this villain from this part of the island.
Now I'm curious, where was their main place?
They were mostly focused on events in like the eastern part of the kingdom,
Interesting.
kind of the heartland of the kingdom. Whereas you guys were on the western, kind of more like wild frontier part of the kingdom.
I forget what that place was even called.
You guys were in the Duchy of Felling.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So, here, real quick, I'm going to do a quick little intro. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, I do plan on uploading these videos, character creation stuff to YouTube. But I don't know how many people actually watch them there. But either way, this is our intro. We're here with Dreg. We were going to have 6 players, but Matt decided that he's not gonna. That he has a lot of stuff going on with work and changing schedule, and he also plays in our other game. So I think he basically just didn't want to overload with D&D, which is fair. So we have we have our 5 players being we have Craigox and Perplex and Tartrus and Tartrus's friend Sam, and then Dreg. So Dreg is the only one whose character we haven't I haven't had a chance to go over yet. So, although we've talked a bit in the back channels. So I'm showing on screen right now just a map of the parts of the world that their characters are basically from for the most part. Which, ironically enough, is probably not really going to be that relevant to the actual game after it gets going in the direction it's going to start in. But it will. But it is still. It's still good to have kind of a basis for where these characters are from and what they're like. And I also just realized I'm gonna get some music playing. So let me real quick just get some Witcher 3 music playing or something. You think I'll get copyright struck for that?
I have no idea.
I don't think it will. We're gonna risk it. Okay, there we go. Hold on.
Strixhaven just came out a couple of days ago, and I haven't had a chance to look at it yet.
It was so loud. Hold on, I gotta adjust the volume. There we go. Let me know if it's too loud, chat, or too quiet. I think it's probably good. Oh, wrong one. Okay, so Dreg, we have been talking a little bit about your character.
Yes.
Yeah, your basic idea, correct me if I'm wrong, but you wanted to do a wild magic sorcerer?
You are correct.
Okay.
Unless, of course, some of the new stuff that is in Strixhaven, the book that just came out, really grabs my attention, but I doubt it.
Okay. Yeah, if if you want to change your mind, yeah. So I'm not gonna spoil everything, because especially since Tartrus might still be listening. But Dreg and I did have an idea for a a different character that he would have played. But
Yeah.
I think Dreg just was not really that interested in it.
I wasn't really feeling it, and I have some occasional scheduling conflicts with this game.
Yeah.
So I like Wild Magic Sorcerer, and that also gives yoink on out of there when I have scheduling conflicts.
Yeah. So we basically decided that, you were basically planning on having another game starting up, but it looks like that might not be happening.
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, yeah. So either way, yeah.
We've been supposed to start it every week for 3 weeks, and it's been canceled every time.
Yeah. Also, I just realized hold on. Let me turn my speaker off.
Power off.
I have a Bluetooth speaker.
Power off.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like if your other game does start up, having Dreg's character be a wild magic sorcerer can give me a way to explain why his character is not present. And I'm not going to really get into stuff that you guys will find out during the campaign here, but there are reasons in-game why it would make even more sense in this particular case. So, yeah, and then you were just playing a human...
Variant human specifically, just because I like feats.
Yeah. Okay, alright then, just so I know for gameplay reasons, it shouldn't really matter. What's your character's name? I think I saw their name on the file, but then... Torgear. Okay. And let's see. Where are they from?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because I've only seen a single named place in the northern places.
Okay. Yeah, so let me get
So
that.
I don't really know where places is.
Let me get this map blown up bigger. So yeah, so the okay. So so right now on this map I just have it called the Northern Lands. But to kind of basically there's the kingdom you guys are in is the one centered around the city of Norholm. And it's a decently large kingdom. Basically, all those kind of valleys and stuff that those rivers go up into are all part of that big kingdom. But there's another one to the south, further down to the south, and then further east as well is kind of separate. No, I actually made this map in Photoshop, basically just placing everything myself, and I'm gonna at some point go in and touch up on it at some point. I do use a brush for the trees and mountains and stuff, but
so I was thinking I would like to be from somewhere in the north, just because makes sense.
Yeah,
I think it would be interesting to play a character that is magic-y in a place that, as far as I understand it, isn't a super magical area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the biggest thing with the whole north here is that it's the divides and kind of cultural differences are not really found between kingdoms up in that area so much as it is a rural versus urban divide. You have
I was planning on being in a rural area, up in the mountains somewhere.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Because it's, you can imagine that in the cities and larger towns, the culture there is much more kind of metropolitan and diverse, with a lot more there are people who study magic in a religious sense, like clerics and priests, and then there are people who there probably aren't any real big wizard schools anywhere, but there are people who probably study magic in that sense. Whereas in more rural areas, the types of magic and magic users you'd run into would be more shamanistic, right? Much more rooted in nature and rituals. And so definitely there is magic, but most of the time magic in like the more rural parts is dealing with rituals and stuff, not like wizards, you know. So that kind of fit with what you had in mind. Oh, Dreg, you there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what do you think about that? Oh, I just saw your message with the sounds.
Yeah. I was thinking like super rural, like
Okay.
maybe a couple of hundred people in the place that I come
Yeah.
from.
Yeah, definitely. It's like that would yeah, that would totally work. We can basically just say that it would be one of the kind of like a town, basically just way up in the hills or mountains somewhere. You know, it doesn't even really matter if we even give it a name. But the yeah. And so how do you have in mind? Let's see. Let me write this down. So I can come up with a name of like the village and where it would be, but
They added some stuff to D&D Beyond. They finally added flat color backgrounds. So I can just have a flat dark gray background now. It's great.
Nice. Yeah.
Now it doesn't burn my eyes out.
Yeah, that's true. This is from the Witcher 3 soundtrack. Yeah, this is the music on Ard Skellig. Anyways, so let's see. So yeah, okay. So how do you have in mind? So the main things I want to know are. Let me put this back on screen. Actually, I could probably do this in a way that shows both of this, or all of this. Yeah. So the main questions I have is how did they find out about their magic or discover their abilities, and then how did they find their way to be part of the Viking/raiding crew that they are now traveling with? So which of those do you want to tackle first?
So let's start with the how.
Okay.
For like their magic and whatnot. I imagine it erupted from them spontaneously and dramatically.
Okay.
So like just casting some spells accidentally.
Do you think maybe it happened like in a moment where they needed it, or just in a mundane scenario? Because like I could see either, you know. It could be something that they literally were just. You know.
I imagine it was in a moment when they needed it.
Okay. Yeah, we could say if you wanted, we could think of some kind of threat that maybe something that I don't know. So did you have in mind for your character to be? Are they a team player, so to speak, or are they kind of someone who most of the time spent time on their own, wandering the wilds? What type of person are they, or were they in their village, so to speak?
In their village, they were like. They mostly kept to themselves, but they liked the company of people.
Okay. Okay. So it's not one of those things where they would have been like a hermit or.
No.
Okay. Because what I'm thinking is, and how old are they actually? Are they? How old are they?
I haven't put in a number to it, but I'm gonna say like late 30s.
Okay, late 30s. So they're yeah. I don't know. So do you think were they born in this village and like raised there, or did they just move here because they wanted?
They've been there for most of their life.
Okay. Any living family or anything?
Give me one moment. I'm gonna go grab some dice.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. Dreg likes to at times roll some of the stuff for stuff which I kind of like and appreciate. It's yeah, hold on, let's make this a little smaller so that it can show the map a little better. That's still legible, right? Okay. My hair is very long, by the way. So by the way, Dunok, if you I don't know if you've caught any other character creation streams for this upcoming campaign, but the idea of this one is essentially that the group is so this is not really spoilers, it's just something about my D&D world, the fantasy world I have. It's always been part of my lore for the world that the kind of Europe inspired continent that most of my development of the world has been in is only part of the world, as you might expect. And so, similar to in real life, there is another set of continents, another landmass across the sea to the west, And the idea is that these characters are going to be the first from this, from this Europe-inspired continent, as far as they know, to reach these other continents. And those other continents are going to be quite a bit different than anything that these characters are used to, or that any players that have played in my world have seen so far. Specifically dealing with stuff about why these continents are disconnected, not in a physical sense, but people in my world have had the technology to sail across the sea. They have ships capable of it, and they have had it for thousands of years. So then why has no one found this stuff before then? And it's because there are other reasons why people don't really travel between the two land masses. So yeah. Give me 1 second here. Okay, sorry, I was adjusting my volume. But yeah,
I can't find my dice bag.
Okay, it's fine. You can just use Roll20 if you want.
Funny stinky.
I mean, I have some dice. Actually, do I? Yeah, I have some dice. I can roll for you.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that I roll them.
That's true.
I have a D6 lying around here somewhere, but that doesn't really help me.
Let's see. Well, I mean, we can just, I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna say that, their mother is still alive.
Okay. All right, sounds good. So a living mother. Okay. Mainly it's just because part of what could make this campaign go in one direction or another at some point is going to have to do with are your characters interested? How much do your characters care about making it back home? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because some characters have no. For instance, spoiling too much, Perplex's character and Craigox's character, their characters are siblings. But besides each other and the rest of the crew, they don't really have anywhere to be or any people to go back to.
Yeah.
So they, once you guys find stuff in the new lands, maybe they'll just be like, heck, let's just set up shop here. But for your character, for instance, maybe they want to get back to their mother, It'll be, and that's up to you. How much do they care about being able to visit their home again, you know.
I think... Let's see. Boop, boop. I'm checking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Boop.
Let's see.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like the event that brought my character's innate magical whatevers to the surface would have been an attack on the village from some local wildlife.
Okay. Yep, I was thinking something along those lines.
Like just like a pack of direwolves or something.
Yeah, it could be a pack of wolves. It could be a yeah, Tarrasque. Yep. Tarrasque attacked the village, and your character at level...
Well, I scared it off. I didn't fight it.
Yeah.
I got big and made it run away.
Yep, totally. No, but I was thinking it could be something... It doesn't have to be animals. It could be like ogres. It could be like, kobolds or something.
Yeah, kobolds aren't particularly interesting.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I'll let you decide. It's like, but basically anything you would imagine that you could run into in the far north in mountains, could be like, yeah, because like it could be a pack of like dire wolves, like you said, that got so hungry that they were desperate enough to take on a village. It could have been like a couple hill giants or something,
I don't know if my character could reasonably, like, let's say at level 1, take on a couple of hill giants.
Well, I mean, the idea is that the rest of the village would be fighting too, right? Like,
probably, yeah.
It'd be like 20 commoners plus you with level 1 sorcerer abilities. That's, probably, like, that's what I mean, right? It's like, probably, if it was a hill giant or two, probably several villagers would have still died, and that's why it was so kind of dire, the situation.
Let's see it.
But anything of that level, I'll let you choose. Ogres, hill giants, dire wolves, I don't know, could be goblins.
I'm trying to think about, like, how much of a benefit, like, some guards and some commoners would reasonably be in a fight.
Yeah.
Right, let's see. Let's look at a guard stat block.
Yeah, I think they're like CR 18.
I think so. Yeah, they are CR 18.
Yeah.
They have +3 to hit and a D6 or a with their spear.
Yeah. How much health does a hill giant have? Like 100 something?
Well, I wasn't thinking a hill giant.
Like an ogre or
a guard has 11 hit points.
Yeah.
All right, I'm thinking the village was attacked by a yeti.
A yeti. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't really thought about how yetis fit into my world. They definitely exist. I don't know if there would be one this far. There might be. Yeah. Yeah, there's even if it isn't a native creature this area, I could think of reasons why a yeti might be there, so that would work. Yeah. What is a yeti's like CR6 you said?
3.
CR3, okay. I thought they were tougher than that actually.
I'm thinking like pretty reasonably like a sorcerer who's accidentally casting magic here and there, and then like and 20 guards could reasonably take one on with many casualties.
Yeah. A yeti attacks the village, or maybe it's that the yeti maybe it's some special yeti that lured villagers away somehow. I don't know. But either way, they attack the village, or the village has to go and fight it for some reason.
And that is how my character's younger brother and father died.
Okay, let me write that down. Okay, so a group of villagers went out to fight the Yeti, or were forced to fight the Yeti, including Torgir and his father and brother. They had heavy casualties from the group, including Torgir's family members.
Yeah, I'm thinking my brother got graboed, and that is when my magic surged in like a desperate attempt to stop the Yeti to get him back, but was ultimately unsuccessful.
Yeah, or like you did, but not before he got crushed.
I did, but I cast Fireball Senator on myself.
Oh, jeez.
That all of us go, Chris.
Yeah, so the brother got grabbed, and in a desperate attempt to save him, Torgir found his, or like, Torgir's abilities were awakened, I guess we could say.
Yeah.
Were awakened, and through a surge of magical power.
A wild surge, one might say.
Yeah, through a wild surge of magical power, he was able to kill the Yeti. Unfortunately, his brother did not survive.
Let's see. Well, what's something that would be kind of that would make sense for that to be what it do? Because like obviously it wasn't Fireball centered on myself, because that would have killed me outright.
Yeah. It could have been, I don't know, just some area effect that basically, like, you know, basically your character, not really knowing what they're doing, feels this surge of power and basically just points it at the Yeti and catches, you know, their brother in the blast.
So the 0, there's the 9 to 10 on the D100 roll is you cast Magic Missile at 5th level, or as a 5th level spell.
Yeah.
So it was probably something akin to that.
Yeah, we could say it basically a bunch of magic bolts, but then your character wasn't really. I mean, obviously, Magic Missile doesn't work this way, but your character was not able to control it, and so accidentally hit their brother as well. Or just.
I'm thinking the Yeti just like took a bite out of him.
Oh, okay, yeah, that works too.
like grab him, head gone.
Yeah. Okay, so it's like it wasn't. It just wasn't quick enough, and.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That would work. Yeah, so...
Give me like 10 seconds, I'm gonna get disconnect from my VPN.
Okay.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay. Yeah. So... This leads us into the second question, which is, how would your character... How would they have gone about eventually becoming a part of a raiding crew?
My character isn't strong.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, I guess first off, so I imagine, like, what was the thing that led to them leaving the village?
Well, I just cast magic, and that's never happened before, so I'd probably like to know what's going on.
Okay. They left in search of, like, answers, basically, about their magic.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. I'm gonna put a mark to myself, so I just remember to come back to this when I'm planning stuff later. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It's possible, so just as an idea, I could see it being the case that, like, maybe, I don't know, like when they started searching for answers about, like, what the heck is going on with this magic, I could see it being the case that maybe they went to, like, the city to try and find answers.
Yeah, like, they probably went to their village elder.
Yeah.
Who had no answers.
Yeah.
And then was, like, guided to, like, go to places where there are more learned people. which would probably end up leading them to Norholm.
Yeah. I imagine probably there was an intermediary step where they, the village elder probably would have told them to go to like another nearby village that has like a shaman or something. But the shaman would be like, I don't know what's going on with this either. So, yeah, so they'd probably send him to the capital city of the kingdom, Norholm. Yeah, so that could make sense as a way that how you reach there. So then what did you have in mind as far as like how they became part of this crew? There could be any number of reasons.
Also, I speak Giant.
You speak Giant. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that would. There are plenty of like giants and ogres and stuff up in the north. Yeah. Yeah. Do you have a?
All right. I have a great idea.
Okay.
So since I was like I was like going around, asking about this like weird magic-y stuff,
Okay.
and not directly heading to Norholm, I imagine the word of the Yeti attack on the village preceded me.
Okay. Yeah.
And was greatly exaggerated.
Okay. I like it. Yeti.
So by the time I got to Norholm, it was like I took on a 20-foot tall Yeti single-handedly.
Yep, I like it.
And essentially just had my place in the raiding party thrust upon me.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. Like,
and then I, not really. I probably need money. Like, I'm not really doing anything for work at the moment.
Yeah.
So that's probably a good way of getting myself some friends with influential people, some money that I desperately need, and like if anybody's gonna know anything about anything, it's gonna be the people that do war stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just prepared to fake it till I make it.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine. So yeah, okay. Yeah,
my character is charismatic. They don't have proficiency in deception, but I think I'm going to edit that on their character sheet because I like this idea.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
swap it out for something else.
Yeah, I'm no longer proficient in intimidation.
Okay. Yeah, that could totally make sense. That like if they with the crew is always looking for people with skills and stuff, and so the captain, if he heard rumors about this person who just got to town, who took on a giant Yeti and alone, and all these rumors.
How large are Yetis? I think they were on like page 2 or 3.
They're big. I mean, I think they're bigger than as big or bigger than the largest real life apes. 9 feet tall, maybe. I don't know.
They are size large.
Yeah, large. Okay, so they're probably big. Mm-hmm. So I imagine that the captain, whose name is I might have spelled it wrong here, but I believe it's Einar. Einar would have basically approached your character and essentially pressured them into joining, being like, he probably would have given you like a big like bonus right away and stuff, like to entice you.
Yeah.
And so yeah, how long do you think it's taken your character to reach this point since the attack? Like how long? A couple weeks or a couple months? Like
I'm thinking a couple of months.
Okay.
Considering I'm like traveling on foot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very...
And like waiting
yeah,
at select locations to travel with other people so I don't get attacked on the road.
Yeah, and this is definitely... This part of the world is very much like... roads that do exist are very, very primitive and also like very dangerous without a group, so yeah. Yeah, so a couple months after... And that would make sense why there's been time for these rumors to circulate. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the captain would basically have approached your character and entice them into this offer for work. And like you said, your character doesn't have anything else to do for work right now anyway, so they probably wouldn't... It wouldn't take too much convincing, I imagine.
Yeah.
Especially, interestingly, like, your character being from up in the mountains probably wouldn't really be that familiar intimately with, like, raiding culture.
Yeah,
but, like...
Makes sense.
Yeah, but, like, basically, so in this kingdom, this part of the world, there's basically, like, two types of raiders. There's raiders from, like, rural places who basically, like, will completely destroy the places they raid because they are basically... Not only is it opportunistic, but they also... It's backed with, like, religious kind of undertones. But then for like the types of raiding crews that just are based out of like the cities and stuff, are generally, their crews are not like religious fanatics. They're generally just they're basically just more like mercenaries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not going to places to raise them down as a message to the gods. No, they're basically just going to easy pickings places, scaring off the villagers and taking all their shit. They'll only kill when they have to. They're not really like bloodthirsty, you know. So, and so it might take your character a little bit to realize that. Like,
well,
this
my
guy
character, I imagine it was just like mostly going to stick around and avoid getting into altercations as possible.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because they're not a fighter, really.
Yeah. Here's the question. Is this their first voyage with the crew? Because it could be... Like, it's completely feasible they've gone on one or two other ones and just stuck back and not gotten involved with the fighting that has happened.
I think this is probably their second or third voyage.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so so your character probably has, like... They have a little bit of knowledge of the crew already. They're not a complete noob. So they probably, they understand the way things go. And yeah, they would, I'm trying to think. So let's see. So Kragox's character and Perplex's character, the brothers, the giant folk brothers. Your character would know them a little bit. I actually need to, I need to talk to, this reminded me, I need to ask Tartarus and Sam if their characters would be, if this would be their first voyage. It'd be kind of interesting if some of the crew would be.
I'm thinking during the interim, while I was traveling from my village to Norholm, it would be a lot of like meditation and self-discovery.
Yeah.
Just like trying to figure out like where this newfound magical ability derives from and how to make sure it doesn't get let loose destructively. And then during the first couple of raids is really when I started to learn to channel it properly.
Okay, yeah. Hold on. During the first couple of raids, they begin to learn how to channel their magic properly. I imagine probably because, like, not even necessarily because they were right in the middle of the fighting, but just because they, maybe they just needed to, like, maybe they just, like, I don't know,
you learn by doing a lot faster than you learn by just thinking about stuff.
Yeah, like, maybe they manifested some fire, like a puff of fire to scare away some people or something, or, I don't know. it could be simple magic stuff, but I imagine when you're in a situation like that, probably the adrenaline fueling kind of helped just make it happen. Yeah. Yeah, here's a question. Is your character religious?
I
like,
imagine somewhat at the very least.
Okay.
I'm not sure, like, I'm not familiar with the deities of the North.
Mm-hmm, yeah. So,
let's open up the deities sheet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I imagine, I mean, yeah, if it's up to you if they would have a specific god that they would look up to, or if they would just call out, or, you know, pray to the gods once in a while.
I don't think they are, like, very specific in their prayers.
Okay, they just might every once in a while offer up some word to the gods at large. I mean,
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay. And definitely, like, so being someone who recognizes basically, someone who recognizes the northern gods, like, that is what the majority of the crew also worships, right? So, there are a couple other members, including people in the party, like the other player characters, who are not, but the majority of, like, the NPC crew members are all, very similar to your character, probably, in that they are, some of them are probably fairly superstitious, while others probably just offer a prayer up every once in a while, That's what I had in mind. So the captain probably is not super invested one way or another. Yeah. But, it's kind of like in our other game, sailors tend to have a lot of superstitions. So
I think it'll be very funny to play a character who is quite superstitious.
Okay. Yeah. You could they could be superstitious. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna need, like, when you feel it's appropriate to, like, slide into my DMs and give me a hint that something relates to an old superstition I'm familiar with.
Okay. Yeah. That is something I could think of. Yeah. In fact, what I'm thinking, I will have to think on this on my own, but what I'm thinking is that I might develop out the village that your character's from a little bit more. And have some local superstitions based around that. They're probably not just from your village, but, like, that area of the, superstitions that are, very, like, folkloric. That might come up eventually. Wink, wink. In this game. Yeah. Does that seem good?
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty much... I'm trying to think... I really had those main questions. Like, how do they discover their abilities, what you got? And then, how did they find their way to be part of the crew? And then, yeah, if they're religious or not. What other languages do they speak? I mean, I'm assuming the local northerner tongue, but...
I in D&D Beyond, because, like, that's where I make my character, because it's convenient, I have Common and Giant.
Okay.
So assuming we're doing what we did last time, it would probably be Northern, then, like, a very small amount of Aldish, and then Giant.
Okay, yeah. That could work. So I won't... I was thinking of something, but... It is possible... Well, How do you think that they learned Giant? Because I was going to say, if you wanted, that could be...
I think one of the... not somebody who lived in the village, but a person that the village has interacted with for a long time is a giant that lives, like, a couple dozen miles away.
Yeah, that could work. It could be, like, a peaceful
maybe not a couple, maybe like a dozen miles away.
Yeah, it could be like a peaceful stone giant or something, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the thing, right? Is like I think in the monster manual or whatever, like giants are like evil or whatever, or some of them are. It
I don't think
depends.
they are. I think
it depends on the
they're
type.
generally.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them are evil. I think they vary between the lawful chaos, law and chaos
I think
alignment.
you might be right. I think maybe I think hill giants might be evil, but
Yeah,
but
that's fair. Hill
I think
giants
most
are
of
kind of
them.
dumb.
But I think yeah, but I think you are right though. I think like cloud giants I know are like either lawful or chaotic good most of the time. But that's just basically the monster manual version. In my world, I tend to think of like giants are not really aligned one way or another, just like most humans aren't, right?
Yeah.
There are humans. The average person is just going to be either true neutral or like neutral good. Basically just a person who wants to live their best life, right? Of course, there are plenty of giants who are basically, I'm gonna go use my strength to conquer shit. But there's others who are equally just like, I'm just gonna chill and become like a sheep herder or something, a shepherd.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Even giants like hill giants are plenty of the times. They're pretty dumb, but plenty of times they realize that like attacking people is not good, and so they won't do it.
Yeah.
I'll say it's probably like a stone giant or something.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it. I think in my world I'm gonna have.
So I think before even sending me off to another village, the elder would have sent me to speak with the giant.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. Yeah.
Because like I don't know how long giants live in your world, but I'm thinking this dude's like old.
Yeah.
Like a few hundred years.
Most giants in my world live like a few hundred years. Yeah. So, yeah. In my world, basically, and this is for people who are watching and might not know. Like, so in my world, I have kind of tweaked how long some of like the fantasy races live. So I never liked the idea of elves living like 800 years. So in my world, basically, most so like elves and dwarves, as well as like giants, basically all have similar lifespans of about 250 to 300, maybe 350 years, right? Like the very oldest would be like 350. So yeah, dwarves, elves, giants pretty much will live a few hundred years. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so I like that idea. So basically, what we're saying is that the village elder sent them to this stone giant. I have been thinking about like reclassifying some of the giants, but for the purposes of D&D, it'll be just the same. But I've been thinking about like merging some of the roles, or I don't know. But again, that's all basically just lore stuff. It doesn't have to do with the actual ones you might fight. Yeah. So some sort of local giant, a wise old giant. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think probably the giant would have told your character. I imagine like this giant's probably not a magic user themselves.
Definitely, it would just be like a very minor amount.
Yeah, like, and maybe it would probably be like druid magic or something, right?
Yeah.
So if they, so probably they would tell your character, they would speculate on the reason why your character has their magic. They would probably give you two explanations, which is, I will tell you right now what their guesses would be. I'm not going to tell you if they're right or not, or, have anything to do with how magic like that might actually work. But it might be interesting for your character if, during the course of the campaign, they find a way to kind of investigate, you know?
Yeah.
The giant would probably give you two possible explanations that fit with his worldview and his mindset of the world and magic. He would say that it could be a gift from the gods. And he probably wouldn't even be specific about which gods or what gods. But the giants and the northerners worship the same gods, so it wouldn't even be like, you know, that weird. And then he would say that it could be from a natural, I don't know what word the giant would use, but a natural source or fount. Yeah, I guess, or font, I guess. I don't know. A natural font or source of magic. Like, basically, in the natural world. So that's probably, like, the giant would basically give your character their speculation, which is that it's either a gift from the gods or kind of a natural sprouting of magic from the natural world. So, yeah. So I don't know. That's probably why your character is like not very satisfied with those answers, because it doesn't really explain much. So it could make sense that your character's
like those two answers are probably, well, my character definitely, their first thought was that it was either a gift or a curse from the divine.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna write that down too, because Torgir's thoughts initially were of either a gift or curse from the divine. I like it. Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like, it still doesn't really help you in terms of knowing if it's a curse or a gift or whatever.
Yeah.
So I imagine, like, maybe your character is basically like, do you know anyone who could give me more definitive answers? And the stone giant would have then probably sent them on to, like, a nearby village that they also trade with. And been like, go talk to the shaman there. Who would have then basically been like, I don't fucking know. And sent you on towards the capital city. It's one of those things where they probably would have even, like, you probably would have gotten recommended to go to, like, the court magician, the court mage of the king, right?
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that once your character probably got to the capital city, the mage was out of town, and, like, the king's guards are like, who the fuck are you, you know?
Yeah, I'm just some, like, hillbilly from up in the mountains.
Exactly. So they probably
to see the king.
They probably would have been like, yeah, come back in a couple weeks, whatever. And then meanwhile your character is like, let me just take some work up, and, you know.
Yeah.
It's one of those things you can't really just get a meeting for no reason. Yeah. Alright, well, do you think that is good? Do you have anything else you wanted to go over? Is that... Or do you think that's Gucci?
Let me see if there's anything I need to still fill in on my character sheet.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, it would be beneficial to talk to you about.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
No, I think that's all.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so I think that... Let me turn this off. I think that it's pretty much the main stuff I wanted to cover. And, yeah, this campaign is very much one that it's like the backstories are... Oh, bumped my screen.
You know what I do need?
Yep. What's up?
Alright. I think the All right. Here we go. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
I think that giant has like, either some divine or druidic, stuff with them,
Okay.
and without explaining anything, they gave my character a trinket that seemed utterly mundane, and said that they would need it later.
Okay.
And that is when my character like swamps on over the I can't make it to the session that time land. That is where they will return to, is the location of that amulet.
Okay. Like so that amulet is linked to a place, and that's where they'll go when it yoinks them.
No. It's essentially like when they get yoinked, the amulet is like light that they can follow, and they return to the amulet.
Oh, the amulet itself is how they get back.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I like it.
And now I just need to decide who on the crew my character trusts the most.
Yeah. From the in the early sessions, it could be like an NPC if the crew is all together. Depends. I don't know how that's gonna go.
Yeah.
But
I don't know either.
Yeah,
it'll definitely end up being a player character.
Yeah. But yeah, that works. I like that. So
But like this would have been like far before my character ever started like hopping realities.
yeah.
So the giant has some sort of like precognition or got a message from the divine or something.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
As far as so this is something I will talk to you more in DMs, because I don't actually want all this to be known by people who might be watching the campaign. But as far as what will start your kind of dimension hopping, right?
I think I know where you're going with this. Yeah.
Yeah, there will be a we'll talk more about it in detail, just to make sure that it all plays out in a way that works well.
Yeah.
But there will be, there will be something that will happen, and that will be, I expect the other players will be like, what the heck is going on? Because they'll be like, this is not normal or expected. But there will be some change that happens that will lead to your character's abilities.
Manifesting as such.
Yeah. I don't know, and we could even talk, if you wanted, I had in mind maybe having it have some other effects as well.
I'm down.
Yeah, just to kind of play into the story more a little bit, and but I kind of have to think more about that. The idea is something is going to happen that will make your character have. It's not that they'll have less control over their stuff, but it's more like the already kind of random aspect of it is going to be amplified to some extent.
Epic.
Yeah. So, yeah. I think, but yeah, I think that'll be good. I like the idea of having like the amulet be kind of their anchor in the real world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, like you said, I like the idea that this giant has some sort of divine connection that maybe they aren't even aware of, but this amulet it's definitely like a magical amulet, although it's not like a specific magic item. It would definitely have some sort of magic residue or connection to it. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that works. Yeah. So yeah, that is cool, and this is that's nice, because now I've talked to everyone about all their characters, and I just have to go and prepare. Yeah, so here, let me see. I'm gonna go and put us on this promotional screen that I tossed together earlier today, basically. It's like that meme, graphic design is my passion,
Yeah.
This is not that bad.
Speaking of graphic design is my passion, have you seen the Spotify recap image?
No, I haven't. Is it like bad or something?
Oh, it's something.
Here, let me look it up. Yeah.
Like,
Spotify.
it's the 2021 one.
2021 image. Let's see.
Yeah, like Spotify recap.
Spotify.
I'm trying to find like the specific ones that I saw.
I don't know. Like none of these look terrible. Although.
Well, I don't use Spotify really at all. The server that I'm in is meme channel.
Oh, hold on. Okay, no, that's not.
But like, it was certainly something.
Is this? Hold on. No, this is from last year. Oh god. Oh man. Oh yeah. Well, here, real quick. So,
the top genres.
Okay.
Uh,
yeah. Send me a screenshot.
Yeah.
Real quick though. So for those of you in chat, we are going to. I'm gonna wrap up here, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the game. But then I will be streaming other stuff. And I don't know if Dreg wants to, he can hang out with me while I play God Hand because that's what we're playing. Oh my god, that's so bad.
I know.
What the fuck? What in the world?
Graphic design is their passion.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyways, though, so we're. All right. Let me. I'm just gonna wrap up here, and yeah, I will be streaming. But what I will do is I'm gonna wrap up the. Wrap up the stream, so that I can just download the VOD separately. But and then I'll reboot it with the proper game title stuff. Anyways. I'm going to be uploading this to YouTube, so if you are watching this on YouTube in the future, this has been the last precursor stream to the upcoming campaign that will be live streamed. And it will be live streamed starting this coming Sunday, the 12th of December, 2021. I'm planning on uploading all the VODs to YouTube. And so, if you're watching them on the future, yeah, they'll be in a playlist there. And yeah, it's called Beyond the World's Edge because they will be past the point where most people of the world have ever reached. Most people of their part of the world, at least. And yep, it's in my own homebrew world. And it'll be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. There's going to be some wild shit, and the production value is going to be pretty low, but I'm going to try to use some cool stuff here and there, effects and art and stuff. We'll see. Either way, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to playing and running another game. And yeah. Thanks for hanging out, and I'm going to wrap up the stream here, like I said, and then I'll reboot it in a minute or two. Dreg, do you have any parting words? Alright, bye-bye. See ya, boys.